EastEnders Joel Marshall has issued Vicky Fowler with a shocking threat, as his behavior reaches a new low. Avani had a termination this week, deciding that she couldn't go through with Suki's secret plan. As the truth about her pregnancy was revealed, troubled teen Joel found out that he was the dad of Avani's baby and was furious. The fallout continued in today's episode, with Vicky telling Ross that she didn't approve of Joel kicking off in the square because Avani decided to end her pregnancy. Joel overheard this and confronted her, but Ross calmed the situation. Vicky and Ross agreed that Joel should stay away from Avani and her family for now. But refusing to be told what to do, Joel ignored advice and headed round to berate Avani. He burst into the flat but faced the wrath of Ravi and Priya instead. Priya had to hold Ravi back to stop him attacking Joel and demanded that the teen leave at once. Later, Ross told Joel that he'd be away for the rest of the day for work, so urged him to play nice with Vicky until then and reiterated that his son needed to give Avani space. But Joel ignored this yet again and confronted Avani in public, raging at her for making decisions about his kid. When Avani fought back, Joel raised his hand at her, but Vicky stopped him in time. Priya was keen to tell Ravi about what happened, but Avani just wanted this ordeal to be over. The mother and daughter had an emotional chat about Priya's past, and she explained why she was so angry at Suki for keeping her in the dark. Meanwhile back at home, Vicky raged at Joel for almost turning to violence, but he launched into an uncomfortable rant, using misogynistic rhetoric when discussing Avani's termination. Vicky desperately tried to reach out to Joel, saying that she loves him and his dad and only wants the best for him. But Joel threw this back in her face, by criticizing Vicky's relationship with Ross in a disturbing outburst. "You will never control me the way you control my dad," he said. "He's weak, Vicky. If he wasn't weak, he'd have put you in your place months ago. Push me, and you'll soon find out a proper slapping would do you the world of good." With Vicky left devastated by Joel's vile threat, will she tell Ross about this horrific incident? EastEnders shocker. Joel Marshall's threat rocks Walford, Vicky Fowler caught in the middle. The drama in Albert Square took another intense turn this week, as Joel Marshall's increasingly dangerous behavior spiraled to a shocking low, leaving Vicky Fowler shaken and questioning how much longer she can keep quiet. Avani's difficult choice. The chain of events was set into motion earlier in the week when Avani made the heart-wrenching decision to terminate her pregnancy. Viewers have seen the teenager wrestle with this choice for days, torn between her own feelings and the manipulative whispers of Suki Panesar, who had been pushing a hidden agenda. In the end, Avani concluded she simply couldn't go through with the plan. It was her life, her body, and her future, and she refused to let anyone else dictate her next step. But the fallout from that decision was immediate and brutal. Word quickly reached Joel Marshall, the troubled young man who recently discovered that he was the father of Avani's unborn child. Far from showing understanding, Joel reacted with pure rage. To him, this wasn't just about the pregnancy, it was about control, pride, and a perceived loss of power over Avani. The square sees tensions rise. In Thursday's episode, Vicky was seen confiding in Ross, her long-term partner and Joel's father. Her voice was low but firm, her frustration clear. "I don't approve of the way Joel's been behaving," she told Ross. "He can't just kick off in the middle of the square because Avani made a decision that's hers to make. This isn't how we handle things, Ross." Unfortunately, Joel overheard every word. The camera lingered on his expression, a mixture of wounded pride and brewing hostility, before he approached them. "You've got no idea what you're talking about, Vicky," he snapped, stepping into her space. Ross quickly intervened, urging his son to calm down. After a tense exchange, Ross and Vicky agreed on one thing. Joel needed to stay away from Avani and her family for the foreseeable future. Defiance and confrontation. But Joel wasn't about to be told what to do. Minutes later, ignoring his father's warning, he stormed over to Avani's flat. With little regard for boundaries, he pushed his way inside, demanding answers. The scene quickly escalated when Ravi Gulati, fiercely protective of Avani, appeared. The sight of Joel berating the teenager was enough to send Ravi into a fury. Priya, seeing the situation boiling over, physically restrained her brother to prevent a full-blown fight. "Get out, Joel," Priya ordered, her voice shaking with anger. "You don't come here, you don't talk to her like that. Leave, now." Joel's glare lingered, but he eventually backed out, muttering insults under his breath as he left. Ross's plea for peace. Later that day, Ross prepared to leave for work, taking a moment to pull his son aside. "I'll be gone for the rest of the day," Ross said firmly. "So I need you to play nice with Vicky. And for the last time, Joel, Avani needs space. Don't go near her." Do you understand? Joel gave a tight-lipped nod, but his eyes betrayed the fact that he had no intention of following through. Public explosion. Sure enough, within hours, Joel spotted Avani in the square and saw his opportunity. The confrontation was immediate and public. You don't get to make decisions about my kid without me, Joel spat, his voice rising. Avani's jaw tightened. It was my decision to make, Joel. You weren't there for me before, so don't pretend you care now. The argument escalated rapidly, with Joel stepping closer, his face twisted with anger. Then, in a shocking moment, he raised his hand, the implication of what he might do clear to everyone watching. Thankfully, Vicky arrived just in time, pulling Joel back before the situation turned violent. Family secrets and quiet pain. Back at Priya's flat, the confrontation weighed heavily on Avani. She admitted to her mother that she wanted the whole ordeal to be over, though Priya was still furious. The two shared an emotional conversation, with Priya finally revealing more about her own past and why Suki's involvement in Avani's pregnancy hit such a nerve. She spoke about times she had been kept in the dark about important decisions, and how powerless she had felt. That's why I'm so angry, Avani, Priya confessed. Because you should never have to feel like your voice doesn't matter. And I won't let Joel, or anyone, take that from you. Joel's vile outburst. Meanwhile, at home, Vicky confronted Joel in private about his behavior. Her voice trembled with anger as she reminded him that almost hitting Avani was unacceptable. Joel didn't back down. Instead, he launched into an uncomfortable, misogynistic rant about Avani's choice, laced with cruel insults. Vicky tried to reach him, her tone softening. I love you, Joel. And I love your dad. We just want what's best for you. But Joel's response was chilling. You'll never control me the way you control my dad, he sneered. He's weak, Vicky. If he wasn't, he'd have put you in your place months ago. Push me, and you'll find out a proper slapping would do you the world of good. The silence that followed was deafening. Vicky's expression crumbled as the weight of his words sank in. What happens next? The episode ended with Vicky alone in the kitchen, staring into space. Viewers were left wondering, would she tell Ross about Joel's threat, or would she try to protect him? Given Joel's escalating behavior, one thing is clear. This isn't the last time his temper will cause trouble in Albert Square. And if Vicky stays silent, the next incident could be even more dangerous.